we've all accepted acoustic guitars as like a mainstay of music, but I don't think we've ever objectively stood back and like actually like, does this actually sound good?
Make some noise, eardrum destroyed. Moving out the box, we're not plastic toys. We're hip-hop to the bone, not your average clone. Crazy if I made you look up from your phone. Trying to get your reaction, modern day distraction. Hold on to your hats, this noise chain reaction. These syllables, decibels, we remain inaccessible. Next level with the tone, sound out speakers.
Me and David have been doing music together for, how long has it been now?
Over 10 years.
10 years? 11 years? 11 or 10 years actually. Started out with the wonderful MySpace.
I looked on MySpace for like hip hop producers in the like Milwaukee area, and he was the only one that popped up that wasn't garbage.
And then I remember we connected, and we ended up talking on the phone for like 2.5 hours. And I just remember it was almost a little weird how much we liked the same bands and
Same taste and stuff.
we both liked the Beatles, we both liked the Roots, a lot of just different sounding music.
So Black Fuse is whenever Caleb and I make music together. We always had a collection of music or beats or instrumentals and stuff that never worked for anything else. It's not like we're gonna get a singer on it or a rapper on it and stuff. So we just had folders and folders on our computers of all this music that didn't have a home. It was maybe a little too weird for a rapper, or a little, we're kind of going on our psychedelic trips or whatever, but so we decided one day to formalize it into a project. So the first record, the Afterlife Sessions, some of those songs are like 5 years old, 6 years old. Some of them were made a week before we put the record out and stuff. So it was a way for us to give our music a home that we just made for fun anyway.
The studios where we make our music was something that was very important, because we always wanted to have, we always strive for great quality with a natural drum sound, and that I would honestly say the hardest thing that we had to learn over these years
It did not come overnight either.
is to sonically match a natural drum sound with today's 808s and the hip hop, and to sonically try to do that. Since we have an amazing drummer, we have a drummer who can do great rhythms, we wanted that to sound good. So the studio was important, and obviously my studio, the Rec Room, is where we started. We started experimenting with sounds. We started doing all types of weird stuff. I think at one point we put drum sounds in like tin cans, and like just trying to figure out a way to how to make natural drum sounds a little more unique and a little more character.
That was for years in the Rec Room, and then I moved into my first house with my wife and got my own home studio then, so we were able to work even faster then. So my studio, it's called the Boom Black Room. It's just a little room painted completely black, because I'm fixated on the color black for some reason. I always have been. But it's sped up the workflow that me and Caleb do then, so I can track drums at home and I send it to him over the internet, and then he throws a sample on it or something and send it back, and we can literally finish. We've been finishing songs long distance basically, and I tour a lot. with my other band, Citizen Way. So the first record, we completed a lot of it while I was on the road and bouncing stuff back and forth. But
that's the coolest part about modern day music.
it was important to me and to us with Come Back Different to really try to take an alternate route with the drums and the patterns and not just have them be so like just typical boom boom down, you know, like we wanted to keep it fresh and stuff. So there's a couple of the songs in particular where I sort of had this weird setup where it's actually 3 snare drums and no toms, and just had a couple like kind of cool ideas for what the beats were gonna be. This empty wine bottle that I placed on the snare drum. Got some like tambourines on there too. So our first record was just purely instrumental, and it wasn't so much a choice as it was just like we have this batch of songs and like we're not going to do vocals on it. We didn't necessarily want to have a guest vocalist thing, so we put that out. But we've evolved to a point where we got you rapping again, like the hip hop groups we used to play in and stuff. Something I've never done. I'm started singing, which was an experiment.
Yeah.
And the first time I did it, I was considering it a demo where you'd come with the vocal melody, and I was just like, okay, like this. And I did it, and I was super self-conscious.
But it was so good. Now, as we've progressed and we've matured in our sound, it's like, hey, why not take a stab at trying to add this extra layer of now you can pay attention to the what we're saying.
I don't feel like it takes center stage necessarily as much as it is another instrument. Like we have some songs where the vocal line, the melody, and the sentence of like the poetry, lyrics, whatever you want to call it, it just repeats like a piano melody repeating and stuff. So we're treating it as a new sound in the song and not like a singer on stage, you know, rocking out like a front man thing. Neither of us are the front man of Black Fuse.
No.
It's just our voices are now another palette, color palette to like work with.
So Come Back Different. You know what we have on there? We have me banging on an office cubicle.
The whole outro of The Lord Will Wake Me is Caleb like slamming on this desk in his basement or in the rec room.
Yeah.
All these overdubs of and stuff, and it sounds like stomping stuff, but
slamming on the metal cabinets, hitting candle holders, and
we do that a lot though, where you
very much
either take sounds out of their original context, like you sure it's a guitar, but you've never heard a guitar make that sound, where it's not even a melodic thing, it's just a sound effect, or take things that aren't instruments at all and make them musical, like desks and
exactly
candles and stuff. So.
If you listen to our record and you don't do the stank face once, we failed.
Yeah. Or they have really bad taste. It's an indicator for us too. Like if we don't look like we're in pain when we're making something or whatever, like it's not happening. If we're just like nodding along or whatever, but if we both are just like
it's true. I think we try to kind of take that approach with our music, is that we want it to be classic, something that you can listen to 20 years from now and it can still be.
And we perform everything.
Yes.
Nothing's programmed or...
Correct.
no matter how programmed any or electronic something sounds, we were sitting there playing it without correction and stuff. Like,
It's very important to us to do that.
machines making music isn't as exciting as humans making music ever.
Wow.
So I think we like
Yep.
the aesthetic of electronic music, but that doesn't mean the computer has to be the one performing it. It can be us using the computer as a, you know what I mean, like as
Yes.
a tool and stuff.
Yes.
Drastic. More bodies, news feed, common sense in a casket. Next generation is screwed, they didn't ask it. More fake news than real life opinions, it's tragic. So funny, social media is the opposite of social. Somebody does something, everybody goes postal. So active, so attractive, live stream, it's massive. Little did we know our eyes are held captive. Why so serious? Why so delirious? The fact that we can't calm down, so mysterious. Jumping to conclusions, our life is just ruined. Black Friday going crazy, everybody acting stupid. Back to the basics, take a breath and calm down. Won't have all the answers, but still turn it around. Get off the ground, so simple, so profound.